Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's tutorial video is going to be of the video that I posted yesterday, which was Ed Sheeran's Give Me Love. Loads and loads of people have requested a tutorial for this, so I thought I'd just get straight onto it, get it out there so that you guys can start to play along. So if you haven't seen my cover of the song already, you can use the link at the top here to go and watch that first so that you know which bits of the song I'm referring to. My version is very, very similar to Ed's live version. It's not identical, but it's more or less the same. So I'm going to start straight away. Most of the song actually doesn't use the loop station at all. It's just that last section. So most of it is just basic chords. So I'll get started with the first riff, which is the intro and the verse riff. Just a chord progression with a little riff in between. So we're starting, before I start, by the way, there's a capo on the second fret of the guitar, as you can see there. So all of the fret numbers that I refer to will be in relation to that capo. So the first note is actually on the fourth fret of the guitar on the A string, but I'll be referring to that as the second fret, as the capo is on the second fret. So hope that makes sense. I've got a camera down here so you can see what I'm doing anyway, so you can follow along. So the first little riff is going from, as I said, the second fret of the A string, and then bouncing to the second fret of the E string, and then third and fourth fret. So, and then we're going to hammer on a chord there, which is a minor chord shape. So obviously we're barring that fourth fret, and we're putting on the sixth fret on the A and the D strings, we're putting our third and fourth finger respectively. So that minor chord. So the first bit should sound, and then after that we go down to an E shape. So we've got our second finger on the second fret of the A string, third finger on the second fret of the D string, and first finger on the first fret of the G string. So standard E chord shape. And then the third chord in this little progression is like a B power chord shape. So first finger on that second fret A string, and third finger on the fourth fret of the D string, and fourth finger on the fourth fret of the G string. Sorry, I'm not used to naming the numbers of the frets and stuff, so I'm finding it a bit, having to concentrate to do it, but that is your third chord. And the reason that it's a power chord shape and not a standard sort of major chord shape is because we need our second finger as if we were doing a minor shape, but on the next string up on the G, and that goes on the third fret because we're going to lift our little finger off for that little embellishment. So the whole thing should sound. And at that point, we come in with that falsetto vocal bit after two rotations of that chord progression, and then we do another two with the falsetto. So. And then in with the verse lyrics. Give me love like her. Cause lately I've been waking up alone. And you get the picture of that bit. Obviously the whole verse is the same until we get to that pre-chorus bit, which goes up to what would be a C sharp minor chord shape if the capo wasn't there. So fourth fret on that A string, and then like a minor shape. So first finger, fourth fret A string, third finger, sixth fret D string, little finger, sixth fret G string, and second finger, 5th fret on the B string. So, and now I fight my corner, and that's it. And then back to that E chord. Go you're after my, and then back to that power chord, that B power chord shape. Blood turns into alcohol, and then what would be like an F sharp major shape. So bar that 2nd fret there, and 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the A string, little finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. So, and then the last little bit is that 1st chord of the pre-chorus section there, that minor, the C sharp minor shape, and down to the E. So, I just wanna hold ya. So that's that section, and then we're into the chorus, which goes from that B power chord shape, give a little, up to that C sharp minor shape, down to the E. So these are all chords that we've used before in this section. Give a little time to me, we'll burn this out, we'll play and see to turn this around. Oh, to taste at your lips around. And then we're going up to the 4th fret, 4th fret minor shape, 2nd fret major shape to E. So that 1st chord is 4th fret. We're actually barring the entire 4th fret. Then 3rd finger, sorry, on the 6th fret A string, and little finger on the 6th fret D string. And then down to the same thing, 2 frets down but a major, and down to that E. And then the my bit is just it's just the root notes of that. So E string 4th fret, E string open, A string 2nd fret, so you'll notice how I'm muting that as well. On when I'm playing this note, I'm just sort of lifting off a little bit to mute it. When I lift this finger off, and then when I'm doing the open string, I literally just bounce onto the string to mute it. So, and yeah, on that B note, the 2nd fret on the A string note, I'm muting with my little finger as well. So that's that section. And then from that, we go back into that first riff again. So, mama, give me love like never before. And after that, the entire thing is repeated, apart from we're doing the chorus twice on the next bit. And then the loop bit starts. I've not got a camera on the loop station today, but it's not actually warranted because it's really, really simple. This could be done with an RC20 or even an RC3, or any loop pedal that doesn't have 2 channels. We're not using the 2nd channel at all. It's all built onto 1 loop. And when Ed does this, he goes mental at the end of it and starts to just make it sound like a mess and then drops it out again. So yeah, I'll go into that as well. So from that last bit, mama, give me love, mama, give me love, give me love. So that bit, as you say, give me love. So, mama, give me love. Click. As we get to that note, you click the loop to start. Click again, and it loops that bit. So that is how you build the timing of the whole thing. So let me put my headphones on so I can actually hear what the loop station's doing, which always helps. So what we've got going on is from that very, very first riff, we're going, as we get to the 4th fret on the E string, we're going to be clicking that the loop station to start. We're doing 4th fret, and then down to the 2nd fret and click again. So as I said, the timing of that is actually quite important, because that builds the timing for everything, all the rest of the loops. So the next loop we're doing on top of that is Give Me Love. So give me love. And then the next loop after that is a harmony on that. So it goes, give me love. So I'll do that now. Give me love. Give me love. And then the next bit is those other bits which I can't actually remember. It's really hard to think of the song when I'm not playing it. I just sort of do it fluidly, so I'll have to try and work it out. It's just the next bit's just octaves on that riff. So 6th fret on the D string, down to the 4th fret. So I'll add that now. Give me love. Give me love. And then the next harmony there is on the 4th fret of the G string, down to the 3rd fret, so there's only a gap of 1 fret there. So I'll add that in. Give me love. Give me love. And then when I do that, straight away after that last harmony, I go in with that snare drum sound that I've used in other loop tutorials that I've done. So just muting the strings, fingers wide apart so that we're avoiding like harmonic sounds. So we want that sound. So give me love. Give me love. And then we're in with a bass drum sound, which I do by hitting the bridge down here. I've got a pickup under the bridge so it can sound quite cool as a bass drum sound. Give me love. Give me love. Give me love. Give me love. So yeah, you should be able to hear that all sort of building up. And then the next bit is that vocal bit, which is just harmonies of the Maya, give me love, love, Maya, Maya. But that low one, let me turn that off so you can hear me. That low one at the start I do twice, just because it adds like a nice kind of, I don't even know what kind of sound, but yeah, it sounds quite cool to do that twice. It gives it like a chorusy effect, I suppose. So I'll add those vocals in. And then after that, stop that again so you can hear me. After that, we're going just up, doing harmonies of that. So, Mama, 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 give me love, love, Mama, 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 give me love, love. And I think there are some other harmonies in there as well. I can't remember which ones I did now off the top of my head. I think on my version, I missed one out in between the first and the second ones. There's one in between somewhere, but just add a load in. So yeah, I don't know what happened there. I messed up the lyrics, so like two words, but you get the picture of that bit. And then the very last bit I do is just another falsetto bit. something like that. Anyway, sorry about the dodgy falsetto there. I've actually had some problems with my throat recently, so that's why it's sounding a bit croaky. But I'll try and add them in without screwing it up for you. So that bit at the end was obviously me just elaborating a little bit on that beat, just to bring it out again before starting the chords, which is that minor on the 4th fret, so barred 4th fret, 3rd and 4th fingers on the 6th fret on the A and D strings, and then down the same thing on the 2nd fret. I'm actually only doing a power chord there because technically that's a major chord, but yeah, I'm just doing power chords really. And then literally all I do after that bit is just hit the stop button and go back into that mama, mama, hi, give me love, mama, mama, hi, give me love, like that. So yeah, that chord that I said about with the 4th fret minor chord shape, you can see it down there on that camera, down to the E, to that power chord from the first chord progression on the 2nd fret, and then 2nd fret, and then onto the other power chord, so jumping from the A string power chord to the E string power chord. Essentially, it's just the verse chord progression at the end with the my bit on it. So, and then obviously, as you can see in the video that you'll have watched before, just finish the guitar and then carry on with the vocals for a couple of bars, and then finish with "Give me love," and then that is the end of the song. I don't think I've missed any parts out. I seem to have got through that quite quickly in comparison to what I expected anyway. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, then as always, you can comment in the comments section below this video. You can get me on Twitter as well, @TweedNelson, as I always say, and most of the social networks, yeah, I'm on there as well. So that's pretty much all for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Every subscriber helps. And it's good. My subscriber base is actually growing faster than I thought it would. Everything on this channel is happening faster than I thought it would, to be honest. But I'm glad that everyone's enjoying what I'm doing. And as I said, subscribe to come back for more videos. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.